Brilliant. We should be live. Let's send the usual message to the people on Facebook. And all right. Okay. Right. Brilliant. So let's just check the various rooms. One scene, scene two. Okay, perfect. Right. Instead of mumbling, let's begin. Welcome everyone. Benvenuti. Today is Sunday. You know what day it is, and you know what we do. So on Sunday we usually have a catch up where we describe. Well, we learn Italian. We practice Italian. People in the chat who are watching live can interact with me. If you're not interacting with me because this is a recording, you can post a comment or join us on Facebook, on our website, italianmastery.com. I help people master the Italian language from scratch, and we meet here once a week for these live sessions. They are quite short. I try to keep them between 20 and 30 minutes, and we go through some form of interactive exercise. Lately, we've been describing what we see in photos, images. Benvenuti. Ciao Arturo, ciao Mark, come va? Va benissimo. Questa settimana sono stato molto impegnato, ma va benissimo. So this week I've been very busy, but it's going, all things considered, everything is going very well. Come va? Come va Mark? Come va Arturo? Arturo, ciao Claudio, ciao a te. Benvenuti. Zulema, ciao. Diana, ciao, ciao anche a te. Ciao a tutti. Come state? So the last stream ended badly because I think my internet cut off. Let's try not to repeat the experiment. Ciao studenti. Ciao studenti. Avete degli esempi o delle domande? Do you have examples or questions? If you don't, we're going to wait another 30 seconds and then we're going to jump into today's image that we're going to try and describe. Let me see if I can grab the... Okay, perfect. Let me know if you can see the image on this side and if you can hear me correctly. Just give me a heads up if there's any problem. I am going to, I think I do have tea. Yeah. Are you guys ready? Siete pronti? Siete pronte? Cominciate a scrivere degli esempi, fare degli esempi. I'm going to try and speak more and more Italian as, you know, not in a... I don't want to be transparent. I'd rather be sneaky and slowly getting you guys used to more and more Italian as we go. Because that's the best way, I think. Not realizing. Just like a 5-year-old that realizes all of a sudden they're speaking a language, but, you know, they haven't really been to classes or anything like that. Not formally anyways. So episode 26, we have an image in front of us. I would like to see some of you attempt a coherent sentence in Italian. You know, whether it's short or long, don't be afraid. I'm not going to blame anyone. I'm not going to... Or I might, actually. No, but I always copy paste and then just work on what needs working. Cosa vedi nella foto? Cosa vedi nella foto? What do you see in the image? Cosa vedi nella foto? What do you see in the photo? Although this is not a photo, it's more like some drawing. Ciao, nonna e nonno, ci vediamo. Oh, okay, so this is a dialogue. Interesting. Interesting, I like it. Okay. Ciao, nonna e nonno, ci vediamo presto. Presto, little typo. So this is a great example, and it's correct, it's great. Ciao nonna e nonno, ci vediamo presto. Remember, ciao means hi, but it also means goodbye, right? It's used in both ways in Italian. Very easy. Very useful word. Bye, grandma. I don't know how to spell grandma. That's sad. Grandma and granddad. Oops. Grandpa. All right. Ci vediamo presto. See you soon again. See you again soon. See you again soon. This is the translation. And I think the interesting part is this one, ci. This is particularly interesting because this is making it very difficult to read. Let's try this one. Even worse. Because so technically, vediamo, we see, io vedo, I see, tu vedi, you see, etc. Noi vediamo, we see, and then ci is we see ourselves or each other. So it's like a mirror, right? A reflexive form. The subject and the object are the same. We see each other soon, presto, presto. Presto is funny because in English people use pronto to mean presto, and well, anyways, that's confusing. But if you have questions on that, we can talk about that. It's just a very different thing. Anyway, different topic. Ciao nonno e nonno, ci vediamo presto. See you again soon. Right, great example. Does anyone have any more examples? Yes. Okay. Grazie Mark per l'esempio. Ottimo. Arturo, ci sono 5 persone, una casa blu e un albero. Great. So this is more, this is not a dialogue. This is more, this is a different style. It's more descriptive, which is absolutely fantastic. Ci sono 5 persone. Ok, nell'immagine, nella foto, we've seen nella foto, articulate preposition, in plus la. In the photo. Nella foto. So this is important. Let's do this. Why is it all red today? Let's make it blue. Nella foto, that's kind of omitted, ci sono 5 persone. Perfect, I see 5 people. Una casa blu, perfect, perfect because casa is feminine. So we use the feminine article. That's great. Let's do it in purple. And this one, the same. Oops. I swear I will learn how to do this without looking stupid. And blue. This is interesting. So imagine if the adjective, by the way, do we know what this means, right? There are 5 people, a blue house, and a tree. So the translation is there are 5 people. In English, you use persons sometimes. So for example, when you're on a lift or an elevator, if we are talking about individual people or persons, you get the point, right? Sometimes the word is used in the plural form. In Italian, you don't have this issue because in Italian, you don't have the word people. You just have the word person and then the plural. Persona, persone. So the conundrum people versus persons does not exist in Italian. It's always persons. 5 people is just, the English, but you use persone as it was used correctly this time. Ci sono 5 persone, there are 5 people, a blue house, and a tree. This is great. Now, if the person who made this comment, if they had said, there are 5 people, a pretty house, and a tree. Now, as we know, in Italian, the adjective, pretty, and the article, a, have to have the same gender and number, so plurality, plural, singular, the same as the noun that they're referring to. So they're referring to house. House is casa, which is feminine and singular. So the adjective has to respect that and the article has to respect that. So pretty would be bella, bella, ending in a. However, the colors, when the colors are used as adjective, like a blue house, a red bottle of tea, or pink, or whatever, then some colors don't ever vary. One of these colors is blue. Blue doesn't ever vary. A red house, una casa rossa. A red house. A gray house. Una casa grigia. Do you get my point? Blue is an exception, and it was correctly used correctly because blue doesn't change. Una casa blu. Due case blu. Un albero blu. So feminine, masculine, plural, singular. Blue just doesn't care. Other colors do care. So you see the example with red, you see the example with gray. Okay? Oh, oops, okay. Fantastic. So the most difficult part of this example is actually ci. Now, and this is why pronouns in Italian are very difficult, but also very beautiful once you've mastered them. And that's why if you join the university, we explain this at length. At length meaning dozens of lessons on these things. But basically, what we saw earlier, ci vediamo, ci in this case is us. So the object, first person plural, right? Us. and it's a reflexive in the reflexive form. Here, ci is different. This ci is different. This means here, right? In this place. So it's complemento di stato in luogo. These are very difficult things to explain, you know, like in a short session like today. I want these sessions to be light. I want us to focus on mastering the fundamentals in these sessions more than anything else. But just to let you know, this ci is different and the sentence is completely correct. Let's move on to the next one. Sorry, I'm just a little bit all right. Ok, è stata una bella visita. Ci vediamo la prossima settimana. Fantastic. So I really enjoy these examples. They're spot on. Honestly, I mean, I may as well just want to go home and you guys keep going because this is great. È stata una bella visita. Ci vediamo la prossima settimana. So first of all, the image reflects exactly what's been imagined to be a dialogue, right? So the dialogue here is either party is saying è stata una bella visita. It's been a nice visit. It's been a nice time. It's been a nice visit. I'm just gonna translate it literally. Maybe it doesn't sound very nice, but just to know, just for people that don't have a clue what's going on in the Italian, è stata una bella visita. It's been a nice visit. We've had a good time. Ci vediamo la prossima settimana. We'll see each other. Never learned how to spell each other, if with the iPhone or not, but anyways, we'll see each other next week. Right? That's what it means. Very basic, but completely correct. Ci vediamo. Again, we have that reflexive form, which is super common in Italian. As you practice, then you kind of absorb it more than anything else. Ci vediamo la prossima settimana. Okay, so we have the same ci vediamo. Actually, I'm just going to copy paste this. Yeah, same form. È stata una bella visita. Now, è stata una bella visita is interesting. È stata is the present perfect. In this case, you would use the present perfect in English as well, right? It's been a nice whatever time, and the time has just finished. So that's when you would use the present perfect in English. That's when it's correct to use the present perfect in English. But remember, if we were talking about a visit that happened last year in Italian, I could say è stata una bella visita. È stata una bella vacanza. Oh, I remember. È stata una bella vacanza. So it was a nice holiday. Remember, Italians always, or at least most Italians, always use present perfect to talk about the past. So this is just a rare case when in English, even an English native speaker who doesn't know about this would still translate with the present perfect. That's what I meant. Great, completely correct. I can see that some of the people that have been attending these sessions are definitely improving, or, you know, this is my feeling based on just reading the examples. Vedo una famiglia, una casa, hanno un bambino. Ok. Let's see what's going on here. So for the people that have just turned up, this is the image that we are thinking about when coming up with random but correct Italian examples. And if they're not correct, it doesn't matter because we're going to look into them. But this is what we're thinking about. Vedo una famiglia e una casa hanno un bambino. Okay, so first of all, this is a typo. It is. È una casa. It is a house. In this case, we don't need we need e, which is just e with no acute accent. With no accent. Una casa, hanno un bambino. Okay, there's a comma. Vedo una famiglia e una casa, hanno un bambino. This is perfect. It's interesting that in Italian, the subject is omitted. So we have to understand that hanno is correct because loro, so they, is the omitted subject, which we can assume it's the family. So that's fine. Una famiglia e una casa. Una casa, we've already seen it before, a house. And Italians don't make a difference between house and home. You know, we can become, talk about philosophy and search for reasons and why things are the way they are, but ultimately Italians say casa. Vado a casa, la mia casa, mi sento a casa, I feel home. It's always casa. C'è una casa abbandonata, so there's an abandoned building in front of us, so it's really easy from that point of view. Casa is very important. Famiglia, nothing to say about this sentence really, it's just other than the fact that it's correct. I see a family and a house. They have a child. Hanno un bambino. Fantastic. All right. Vedo due persone, anziano e un giovane e un bambino, ok. Interesting. Oops, no, I had to... Okay. Vedo. I like this word. Very important. Very useful. Vedo. Vedere. You see, it's very useful and it comes up all the time. I see. Vedo. Due persone. Anziano. I would like someone in the chat to correct me. Due persone, anziano. Anziano, I can just translate in English. Remember, adjective, article have to go with the noun. And go with the noun means have the same gender and have the same number, singular, plural. I see two older people and two younger people and a child. So this is more or less the literal translation. I like also something that requires practice that I see some of you have exhibited in these comments. Sometimes the adjective can go after the noun, sometimes before the noun, and so far, no mistakes, absolutely perfect. Una casa blu. It would be a bit weird to say una blu casa. So the colors come after. La prossima settimana. In this case, no difference. La settimana prossima. La prossima settimana. As good as each other. In this case, again, the adjective should go after the noun, which it does. It's great. I see two older people. Vedo due persone anziane. Exactly. Zulema, Arturo, anziane, anziane, anziane. Sì, anziane, anziane. This is important because we have persone, and don't worry about due. It's just an accident or a coincidence that that due ends in e. It could be 40. I see 40 people. 40 persone. So the fact that 2 is due has nothing to do with the fact that then it goes along with persone anziane ending in e. So it ends in e just because the number 2 ends in e. Numero uno, number 1, ends in o, uno. These are just words, right? We can't change these words. Whew, I'm tired already. Let me know how you feel, by the way, about these sessions. Too slow, too quick, too long, too short, too difficult, too easy. Otherwise, I kind of have to gauge based on my sixth sense, and I don't have much of a sixth sense. Vedo due persone anziane e due giovani, typo, giovani, ed un bambino. Perfect. Maybe I would remove this E and I would turn it into a comma. So we have vedo due persone anziane, due giovani ed un bambino. This is perhaps easier from the point of view of the punctuation and how we would then read it or pronounce the word, the sentence. Interesting, this thing here. I don't know if someone knows why it's here and can explain to me a little bit about it. This is quite difficult. Id. I mean, he could have said, vedo due persone anziane, due giovani e un bambino. This would be correct. Ed un bambino. Why do we need to add the D? What's the purpose? Do you know about it? Let me know if you don't know about it, or if you do. I want to see. This is great, by the way. And I think if you don't have any questions, this is it for this video. Please hit the thumbs up button. That really helps me. Oh, Claudio, you're the best Italian teacher I've found online, and I very much appreciate what you do. I speak as an absolute beginner. Isobar, ciao. Grazie mille per il commento. Thanks for the comment. And I appreciate it because I get a lot of heat from, even from people in my team. Sometimes the idea is that I explain things that are too complex. And so I alienate all the beginners. And I mean, I stand by what I do. I think, yeah, I do talk about crazy stuff like pronoun clusters and stuff, but if you don't know about them, you can't speak Italian. So I do think that explaining complex concepts in an easy way, if they're necessary, is a thing that should be done. So I appreciate it. Isobar. Arturo, sì, Isobar è vero, grazie. Zulema, Arturo. La casa mia is more correct than la mia casa. La casa mia. No, I wouldn't say so. La casa mia. La mia casa. Questa è la mia casa. Questa è la casa mia. Nah. I would say la mia casa. I'm thinking of situations in which perhaps la casa mia is more. Maybe you can find it in songs, but I doubt that you can find an example where that's the case. But I've been proven wrong in the past. I remember when Diana found some examples that went against some of the things I said, and I had to then have another session where we explained what was the difference in that case. So if you find a case scenario that's different, then we can explore it. But off the top of my head, la mia casa, 100% more correct than the other one. The explanations are great. Even if I know some of the information, it still ingrains the language in my head. Grazie Arturo, I appreciate it. Because of the vowel, yes, Zulema is on the money. Le classi sono perfette. All right, grazie Diana. Two vowels together, exactly. Arturo. The vowel, I think, yeah. Mark, you can't answer this one because you're the one that actually wrote the sentence, I think. So great job. By the way, completely correct. Don't change your explanations, please. All right, I won't. We'll see this very last point, and then don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Comment if you haven't yet. If you're seeing this as a recording. I'm going to explain briefly this thing, and then I think we've done amazing for today. Id is a very... it's not something that you would teach beginners, but it's super simple. It's to do with... you will find it if you read books, right? If you read Italian books, you will find it very... it's not a rare thing. You'll find it often. It's to do with vowels. E un bambino is difficult to read because Italians pronounce vowels in a vacuum. E un, we don't go like è un bambino. It's e un bambino. And if you're familiar with Italian, you know that there's words like aiuola, which is difficult to pronounce for someone that isn't Italian because the vowels have to be handled, with precision, and it's different than, hey, how are you? The way the English language flows and the way vowels are tackled in Italian. So, to make it easier for Italians to speak, we add a consonant, d. So it goes ed un bambino, ed un bambino. So it almost becomes one word, right? Ed un bambino, right? It doesn't actually become a word, so don't write it down, but you understand, right? Ed un bambino. And this only happens with e. I don't believe it happens with o. Un gelato o una pizza. Yeah, you would never do od una pizza, so don't do that. Un gelato o una pizza. Un ragazzo ed un bambino. So maybe you can see the difference with this these examples. Yeah. And all right, I think this is it for today. We've done a good session, I think. Arturo, ciao ragazzi, Franci, ciao a tutti. So it's just incorrect to pronounce è un bambino? No, Zulema, good question. It's absolutely correct. It's absolutely correct to pronounce it either way. It's just to make it easier. Um, one belongs more to the spoken realm, e un bambino. The other one belongs more to the written realm. So in a book, you might see ed un bambino. Completely up to you. That's just a style thing. That's why most people wouldn't teach it, because it's unimportant, and whichever way you decide to go, that's good for you. So pick your favorite and stick to it. But now that you know, it's probably going to be good for your confidence, because when you see it, you're not scared of it. So all right, guys, feel free to tune into to leave the session. I'm gonna close it down now, and yeah, give me some feedback and share the word. I appreciate you coming to these sessions. I appreciate the fact that you're more and more active. I think it's useful for you as well, right? I mean, the point of the interactive sessions is for them to be interactive. So if I'm coming up with the examples and I'm sort of talking for half an hour on my own, is a little bit more, I don't think it's as useful as it is with your comments and your examples. Grazie a tutti, ci vediamo presto. Ciao a tutti, ciao Arturo, Zulema, Mark, Diana, Medeo, Franci, and all the ones that are hidden in the chats. But yeah, buona domenica, studiate l'italiano, ciao a tutti.